on the Boxing Day fixture list. Chelsea and Southampton. Chelsea 1-3 on after their victory against Spurs. You can get a rosy 8-1 on Southampton going there and winning. Frank Lampard in training asking about the need to stay patient. If we're not patient and we don't stick with the players, we might be in a situation we have been in before, where absolutely top world-class players at this minute have been at Chelsea when they were 20 or 21, and managers maybe didn't stick with them so much then. I am in a position where I will stick with them. Ali, a little dig, not even a little dig,
it's a dig.
Big dig. Jose Mourinho there with De Bruyne and Salah and Lukaku, players he let go.
Lukaku?
Yeah.
So when he says managers, he's really saying
right.
Jose.
Just didn't mention him.
Well, which is it's fair. And it's fair to make that assessment, and it's fair to say, look, we've had players that now are world-class players that we did not give opportunities then, and we didn't think enough of those players back then, and now they've gone on to be who they are. And he's essentially saying, look, we have this youth movement here at Chelsea. It's important for us to continue to exploit that and continue to nurture this talent, make sure that this talent develops in a way in which they're helpful to us in the future, not helpful to somebody else in the future. So it makes all the sense in the world. And after Jose Mourinho took a shot at Frank Lampard in saying, hey, you were playing Antonio Conte's formation, because apparently Antonio Conte is the only coach in the world who has ever used this formation. So I think it's fair, and I think it's good for Frank Lampard to say, yep, we're here, we're doing it our way, I'm doing it my way, and it works for us.
I think there are a couple of things at play here, and Ali's absolutely right. I don't think Frank Lampard makes this comment if Jose Mourinho doesn't make the Antonio Conte comment of a couple of days ago. Similarly, though, many, and I'm one, I have to admit here, thought that Frank Lampard was hired as Chelsea boss almost just to keep the peace and given the transfer ban and the restrictions around Chelsea as a football club, just to manage that situation, not really expecting him to do as well as he did. And now all of a sudden, not only has he excelled, this transfer ban has lifted, and the question then becomes, well, what do you do in the transfer market? And Frank Lampard rightly says, I'm going to stick with the hand that I was dealt, certainly for the time being. Again, I think that is just fair play to Frank Lampard. That is just being a good manager, especially considering the context with which many of us accuse him of getting the job out.
Don, what did you make of Frank Lampard's comments?
I think absolutely fair play from Frank. I know him personally. He's not the type of character that would try and play mind games. I think, but he'll stand up for himself. And when he feels as though he's being pushed, I think he'd come back with a very smart answer. And it's a sign that Frank is probably maturing. His team have still got to mature slightly when you think of their home record and the loss against West Ham, and they lost that game the other week against Bournemouth at the Bridge. So they're still learning. They made some statement wins. The one against Tottenham for sure in the Premier League, and then the victory against Ajax in the Champions League, which now they're in the last 16, was another statement win for Frank's side. So I think if you're a Chelsea fan, I think you're relaxed. I think you're confident in the job that Frank's doing. And now, with a little bit of money to spend, it's going to be on Frank now to see. And I don't think he'll rush into it in terms of just going out and blowing £150 million. I think he'll take his time. He'll analyse which players and which positions he wants to fill and where he can improve. But I think it was a very smart answer from Frank.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.